Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 5 of the Klingon Bird of Prey build-up. So as you can see, it's pretty much done, except for the assembly of course. So kind of a recap on everything I've done so far. So all the detail painting is done, as you can see. The different shades of green and the red I put on is done. The guns, we went over in I think the last video where I cut out for the gun barrels, so looking pretty cool. So there are only about 2 colors I actually stuck with that were according to the directions call out, or make that 3. The rest of the greens I did, and some of the metallics I did totally what I thought looked better. So with the green, the base color they call for a pale green, which I just made that. I took craft paint, craft acrylic green paint, and I put some white in it, and I made it as pale as possible. Matter of fact, it's right here. I made a bunch of it. It does look a little more pale than what this is. You can see a big difference on the color there. It darkens when you put gloss coat on. So I mixed this up. This is just craft paint. Sprayed it on. And then I darkened the same color green up with some black to do the different colors or shades of green, as you see here. And I think I may have actually missed something. I need to go back over and touch up one of those greens. I must have rubbed some paint off by accident. Anyway, that's a fix I got to do. All of this painting you see here was all brush painted. One thing I did an airbrush for was the base coat. That's it. Everything else is done just by brush. Some other areas they were calling for call-outs on the directions. They wanted me to use steel for the areas down below here and here. I didn't like how the steel looked. I thought the gunmetal looked much better, so I used gunmetal instead. I think it came out better. And then they were calling for a rust wash on it, so I gave it a very, very light rust wash. You can kind of see it there in the camera. It's not really heavy, but it's there. Subtle is what they want, and looks a lot better like that. Looks to me a little more like Klingon. Bright steel just didn't work for me. So add that with the rust on there, I think it came out pretty good. And the other color I did stick with, 2 other colors I stuck with the called out for in the directions, was the sack bomber green here, and rust here and around for the cloaking device, as well as here for the center hatch. All the rest of the colors I just did what I thought was better. I'm in the process now of using some Tamiya panel line enhancer to fill in these. I'm not sure if these are windows or some kind of vents right here, but they were calling for black. So while I have it gloss coated, I just used some Tamiya panel line enhancer for that. Decals are on, and I have got a spray coat of gloss over them. The only thing I'm a little unhappy about is this particular decal. You can kind of see it in the video there. It's silvered on me, and I don't understand why, because the other one didn't. And it went over a gloss coat, so I don't know what happened. I'm thinking maybe the age of the decal, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that when I do the weathering, it kind of goes away. Hoping, anyway. Like I said, all this painting was done by hand and brush. No masking. I think it came out pretty good. I love the color, the shade differences in the color. It'll look a little more muted when I give it the dull coat. Right now, it's really glossy and really kind of, hey, take a look at me, kind of out there right now. So, but once I spray the dull coat, it'll really tone things down a lot. I got the Photon torpedo launcher completely finished now. Everything is really done. The one thing I'm doing now is I'm going to weather all the parts separately, and then put them together, and then give it a dull coat once I'm done with that. I think it'd be easier to do the weathering with the parts in the three pieces the way they are. For a gloss coat, I love this gloss coat. I've been using it. This is my first can, and I love it. It's Duplicolor. It's by Duplicolor, acrylic enamel clear coat. You get this at the automotive store. I love this primer for a couple of reasons. First, it dries extremely fast, which is really nice. It does stink, but it dries fast. And if I can ever get it open here. There we go. What I like about it is the spray nozzle here. It has a what I call a flat spray instead of like the cone style. So it's a very wide flat spray. It covers a large area. And it gives a really nice even coverage and dries really fast. It's a little more pricier. You can get this online. And I just wanted to try it. And I have to admit, I'm thoroughly impressed with it. It gives just the evenness that it gives the gloss coat on the part, and the rapid dry time is just incredible. I mean, most gloss coats you have to be really careful with, for not to make run or spray too much to have to run on you. Where this stuff, you kind of have to, you can put it on a little heavier actually, and it won't run on you, and that's because it has that flat spray. So it's a different dispersal pattern. It helps alleviate that the buildup, so you have a little less runs, and it's a little easier to use, in my opinion, than just like the kind you buy from Walmart. This is my go-to when it comes to gloss coat now. It's all I ever use at this point. Now, I'm not saying using things like Future or any of the floor waxes as a gloss coat is a bad thing. It's not. It's good, but I have found that when I use like the Future and other floor polishes or floor waxes, it doesn't do really well when I do a weathering, like with a wash. And I think that's because it's water-based, and it makes sense. So when I want to do a really heavy wash, I'm not going to use Future. I'm going to actually use one that spray like this, because this is not water-based, and it has a really good, solid finish when it's cured. So it will take a wash beautifully, not a problem. So like I said, you can get this online, or you can get it at any automotive store. But this stuff, they also make a dull coat of this too, which actually is really good as well. But yeah, this is my go-to. I love this stuff. Actually, I want to talk about rust washes real fast. So I made up a rust wash. Now, you can do one of two ways. If you have mission models rust, like I do, this is water soluble, so you can mix this a little bit of water and make a thinned out wash. Or if you don't have this, you can also get burnt sienna. Works really well too. This is an acrylic. I don't like oils. Oils take too long to dry. Are oils better than washes and then acrylics? To me, they're about the same. They may spread a little bit differently, like if you're doing a streaking, but when it comes to a basic wash, there's nothing wrong with the acrylic paints. And this stuff is, like I said, it's acrylic, so you can mix it with water. I tend to use a little more paint than water, just because I want it a little thicker, so it sticks better. And I make up a little bit, just like that. And then I used it on the stand, on the base. Now this base is not finished. It's not dull coated. It's really shiny. It's not going to be that shiny when I'm done with it. What I did here was I took a gloss black, a couple of coats of it, covered it well, and then when it was thoroughly dry, I took a dry brushing of steel, and then once that was cured and dry, I went over it with the wash of the rust. Now, what happened was it kind of gave it a kind of a gold or bronze finish. I say more bronze, not gold. It came kind of a bronzy finish, which is fine. I'm okay with the bronze. But you can see that it left rust spots on it, like right around in here, all along here. You can see there's little little patches of rust, which is what I wanted. The trick is basically to take a big brush and brush it on really, really heavily, and then take a rag and very lightly just do this. And then if you want a little more rust on paneling, you just go over with the same brush, a little less wash on it, and just slightly go over the parts and let it kind of pool up. Just a little bit. On the sides, I didn't do that same effect because I wanted it to run down, because of course this is on the side, so rust is gonna filter down to the lowest point. So I had it up like this, but once I washed it and I kind of dabbed it off, I just turned like that and let it dry. And all the rust kind of settled. You can kind of see it settled all along the underside. So that came out really, really good. Like I said, I still have to dull coat this, which I'm going to do last. But before I started doing the weathering process, I wanted to show you my progress on where I'm at right now with that. I think it's coming out really good. I'm really happy with how the base came out. And again, not to sound like a commercial, this stand is also in the hobbyworks.com store. There are a couple of versions of that base in the store. There is one that is a plain base with no holes cut out in it whatsoever. That's just for a general purpose base. Or there's the one that is used for the Battlestar Galactica that I did in my previous build. So you kind of have your choice on what you want to get, but it is for sale in that store. So if you guys are interested in that base, feel free to jump onto the hobbyworks.com website. I will leave a link in the description below, so you can go right to it. There is a bunch of other stuff on that site as well. There is stuff for cars, there's equipment, there's greeblies. There's a lot of stuff on there. I really couldn't tell you how much is on there right now. So I just recommend jumping over there and taking a look. See something you're interested in. It's very reasonably priced, and I'm sure we have what you're looking for. If there's something on the that you need to be kind of more of a custom, just reach out to us on the contact us on the website and talk with us, and we'll see if we can work out. So I want to thank everybody for watching the video. If you stuck me out to the very end, I thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And I hope you guys are enjoying this build as much as I am. I'm having fun doing this. I didn't think I was going to have fun building this bird of prey, to be honest with you, because of all the problems with it. But I'm actually having a lot of fun with the ship. And I'm kind of excited myself by seeing how it turns out when it's finished. So cross my fingers that it comes out good. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Until next time, take care. Bye.